First vote, first vote, first vote. People holding up random numbers of fingers. But otherwise, a rainbow of colors. This is a good one to talk about. This is a good one, and then we'll wrap up. Let's do a second vote and a discussion. Second vote, second vote, second vote, and OK, still a fair amount of disagreement. So let's go through the choices A, B, and C. And for each one of them, we're going to evaluate whether it makes sense to do it this way. What about option A, building these behaviors right into ActiveRecordBase? There's no reason you couldn't do that, right? All of our models inherit from ActiveRecordBase. And if the functionality is available there, then it's available everywhere. The only downside to that is that it could make the class pretty bloated, because this functionality is pretty sophisticated. But you could do it this way. From the point of view of providing it in a useful manner to programmers, A is perfectly legitimate. What about putting the behaviors in their own module? Well, that makes sense, because if you think about it, when we subclass from ActiveRecordBase, we're creating a whole bunch of different types of models. But we want to have a set of behaviors, in other words, the idea of dereferencing foreign keys and building queries from them, that are reusable even across different classes. And that's almost an exact description of the kind of problem a module solves, right? You can collect a bunch of behaviors, mix them into a bunch of different classes, and even though the classes may have nothing to do with each other, the behaviors can still be mixed in if there's some contract that you had to fulfill. So B actually works as well. What about putting them in their own class? Putting them in their own class is awkward, because there's no easy way to reuse a class across other classes. So the temptation when you think in object-oriented programming is, oh, I have a collection of behaviors that are related. They go in a class. That is often true. But in cases where what you're doing with those behaviors is pulling them into a bunch of different places, then if you came from the Java world, this is more like interfaces in Java, right? You can think of associations as a set of abilities you want to add onto a basic model. In the Java world, you'd probably use something like interfaces to implement this. In the Ruby world, you can use modules, which are a little bit lighter weight. But C is the only option that would really be pretty awkward to do. So A or B, but not C, is the answer that we were going for.